season ago due to injury as a member of the Knicks, and we are underway. Guarded by Randall this time. Good contest. Doncic open for three. Got a flyby. Rebound by Hayes. Here's Reeves. He drives the closeout. Luka with the cut. And the possessions to start this game. Doncic sees two. Pardon me. That was Anthony Edwards, the trailer. Sprays it out to Hachimura for three. Got it. Taking it into the middle of the lane, drawing two and picking it. And Randall. McDaniels and Randall with a 2-on-1. McDaniels got his own miss and laid it in. And the 7 over that stretch. Doncic off the dribble handoff. Finney Smith checked into the ball game. Luka is on one rebound. Hachimura from deep. Laces it. Only 4 teams. As you're talking about OKC, Boston, and Cleveland as the other 3. Lakers has been pretty good to start, but they've given up so many offensive rebounds. Doncic is locked in here in the first quarter. Using him as a screener, then he just pops right back out. Doncic with the spin, slams on the brakes. He's out here. Edwards running the lane in full flight, raises up and lays it home. That time they finish, Jay. Edwards steps through and lays it home on the floater. Got crushed by LeBron James' screen and died on it. Inside, one more to the corner, Gabe Vincent. Here's Randall, cross court to Alexander Walker from deep. He's been shooting it at over opportunities. He knocks down those open ones. Inside, Vando got his own miss. Vanderbilt back out to Finney Smith. Open.
No!
How good that can be. And the reigning 6th man of the year rattles in a first time in a playoff game. Did not score in the first quarter.
Getting back in transition. That second effort right there is great. Come on.
Earlier between the Clippers and the Nuggets. Reeves on the drive. Little giant killer, giant slip. I think that Minnesota would try and get Julius Randle going a little bit. Nikhil Alexander back out to Reed for 3 for the lead. Got it. And Minnesota. Anthony Edwards on the bench. Randall lets it fly. McDaniels with a big-time board. Oh, a little muscle ball inside for the Lakers, but it gives them a little more rim protection with him in there. McDaniels left that short, got it back, and laid it in. Over. Hopkins is now with the Phoenix Suns. James spins, fires, got it, and one. To Hachimura from deep. Tipped out all the way to Randall. They got a 2-on-1. Alexander Walker to Conley for a pocket 3. Butter. Yeah, that's on the floor. Off the drag screen, Doncic turned the corner. Good defense by DiVincenzo. Alexander Walker on the fly. James! And he knew that all the way. Timed that out perfectly. Hachimura raises up. Whistle out of bounds. Sees 2. Good nail help by LeBron. Raises up anyway, and it comes off. Back out to Reed for 3. And Naz Reid laces the deep Reed to Reed. James turns the corner, had it knocked away. Minnesota off and running. DiVincenzo, nice show and go, and Dante lays it in. With challenges, vertical challenges by the rim, they made it really difficult on LA. And Gobert got the block on James. Off and running again, a 3-on-2. Reed out to the 3-point line. Splash down. Timeout Lakers. Why? With his offensive rebounds and stickbacks. Out of the timeout, Hachimura slips out of the screen and leaves the 3. Shrink the floor on him. Randall on the drive. The kick to Reed. And another 3 ball by the reigning 6th man. The penetration by Minnesota has set up a lot of easy opportunities for 3s. Ball, James out front against Reed. A long 2 is good. Likes that matchup. Sprays it to the corner. Randall for 3. Got it. And that's the type of play clock. Finney Smith. Back to James. Foul and one. DiVincenzo. Here he is off the wide action, and DiVincenzo holds it and laces the deep 3. Dante with some dynamite to end the first. Where they outscored LA by 18. Edwards sprays it out to McDaniels. The corner 3 is pure. Edwards got to get busy, got downhill. Floater comes off, got it back. Randall from deep, and they cash in on a second opportunity. Edwards with the push. McDaniels all the way to the hole, got it.
Minnesota went after him on the defensive end.
Edwards, it's butter.
Mentioned Jay, and that they need to get back to being the aggressors. We've seen that certainly carry on here as LeBron James.
Ironically, in the conference finals, Rudy Gobert converted. James sprays it out to Reeves, open from deep, got it. Randall got Luka in the air. Float game comes out, got it back. Randall and one. Julius Randall.
It takes some time after a trade for everybody to get used to one another.
They turn over Doncic. Conley pulls the three, and it's all coming out. Soda.
About as tough a two as you're going to take.
Off the dribble three, Anthony Edwards, hotter than about 10 a game and made 40%. Doncic, little light work inside. Daniels races up inside over Luka for the bucket. Down onto Doncic. Good contest, but Luka makes a tough shot. And Minnesota has numbers. McDaniels onto the corner. Edwards sets his feet. Wet. That thing's disconcerted and discombobulated and disconnected as Reeves.
3 in April.
Found his groove at the right time. So did this guy. Nods. Reed connects. Jay, I ask you, what has happened to the prolific production? Doncic got by DiVincenzo and finished off it. Puts his shoulder down, put his head down, got the lay.
Lead, you're not going to keep pitching a shutout on defense against the Lakers. You have to be good on offense.
DiVincenzo inside, got it to go off glass. Minnesota team really finding his way in the second half of the season as Conley. Conley with the float game with the offhand.
And Austin Reeves went for another shot fake.
Got an easy one there. Lead back up to 19. Doncic has to work expeditiously and to go off glass at the buzzer.
It's like I don't. Our physicality, our effort. It was regular.
For the Timberwolves, Randall going to do a little bit more heavy lifting. Here's Gabe Vincent, takes the pass. James with the cut inside, jump hook, rolls home. And the late man with pristine pulchritude. Edwards off the bounce, spins, back out to a wide open Randall, cash out.
What a pass.
Vanderbilt cherry picking at the other end. They didn't see him. Vincent pulls it. Vando with the tip-in. Got his air fryer out, ready to cook. Ant-Man gets it back, pulls the three, and it's wet. Basketball of the season towards the end of the year. James drives the closeout and punches it home.
That against Oklahoma City.
McDaniels attacks it, got the short midi. Edwards with the tween. Over to Reed, catch and shoot three on the way, and he laces another one
Of this game.
Wow, and a little room service off the careless pass. DiVincenzo flying. Isolated against Reeves. LeBron comes with the double and help. Good catch by McDaniels. Little sidestep, little afro step. Yeah. They really struggled at that end of the floor a lot of times. Dalton connect.
They finished the year 17-4. And when healthy, they've been as good as anybody.
Before walking down the Nuggets in Game 7, coming back from down 20. Connect from deep, connects.
You think the Timberwolves are at least a little bit happy they didn't have to see the Nuggets yet again?
They got Denver fatigued, right? You would think?
That 2 overtime game they had against the Nuggets where Jokic had 61. It's a remarkable basketball game.
Minnesota takes Game 1. They say that a series doesn't begin until a home